There's been some controversy in the previous 4 as well. There's a few figures chosen that probably wouldn't have been expected.
More so from you, I think.
You chose Brutus the Barber Beefcake as your favourite from Series 1.
No, mate, I don't think anyone has that as their favourite.
Was it Series 2? Is he 1 or 2?
Series 3. Series 3.
Is he 3?
Yeah. Series 3. Series 3, Brutus the Barber was my favourite from that series. All right, let's get into Series 5. Let's start from the top, mate. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
probably, in my opinion, the worst out of the 5. Out of the 4, but still a great figure.
Is it the Punch Hogan?
Yep, no shirt Hogan.
Yep.
We've got Macho Man with the green hat and the jacket.
Dumb. As an adult now, I think that's really cool. But as a kid, you can't play with that.
No. It's one of those figures, much like the Coco Beware, and there's another one we discussed last week. Mint on card, looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Off the card, I would rather have seen that not in a jumping action.
Yeah.
Could have been so much
jumping
better.
action makes no sense because, this is where the Hasbro line could have been so much more is I don't want a figure in a hat.
Yeah.
Unless I can take that hat off.
Yeah.
I don't want a figure in a hat.
Yeah.
And second thing is, like his costume was so on point and theatrical, but you can't wrestle in that.
No.
Like that's not. It's like same as Legion of Doom. You can't wrestle in the spikes. Somebody will get hurt. Somebody will lose an eye, James.
Well, isn't it funny? 30 years later, we've got the Ultimate Editions Mattel that's kind of replicated that Macho Man.
Do you know what would be awesome is an Ultimate Edition? Would be an Ultimate Edition Legion of Doom.
Oh, yeah.
You could have the red removable spikes and the black.
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if they had the golden spikes. When they won the championship?
Yeah.
The golden ones. Mattel, I know you're listening. Please make that Ultimate Edition LOD.
Everybody tweet action figure attack right now.
Yes. Now let's get back into Series 5. So where are we up to? Jim Neidhart?
Jim Neidhart, what do you reckon?
I'll give it a pass, a 6 out of 10.
The high energy Jim Neidhart.
Yeah. Again, I think you'd much prefer to see that in a Heart Foundation attire.
Yes, but Heart Foundation were done, mate. That's why he's in high energy. It's him and Owen Hart.
I know, but I don't know. It just seems like a bit of a filler.
They missed the boat. They missed the boat the series before.
Yep. Next up, we've got Sid Justice. Great figure.
Yeah, I like Sid Justice. I think it's a good figure.
It's a great one. Skinner.
Never saw it as a kid here, so. Skinner? Strange choice for the figure in the line. He wasn't a big card there, but now as an adult, I'm appreciating that he says some sort of reference to Australia.
Yeah, no, he was good. The Mountie. Now, that's a great figure. The Mountie is timeless, I feel. But same deal for you.
The hardest accessory to have and make sure it's genuine. A lot of repro shock sticks out there.
Yeah, right, okay. Well, thankfully, I've had my original. So, no, great figure.
Well, I have mine because I opened one up.
Yeah, there you go.
I just couldn't be sure. I had to open one.
The model, I'm going to say this about the model. That mold, so the Macho Man 1 mold, I rate that as probably the top 2 molds of the whole Hasbro line.
Yep.
The figure itself, I think it's, again, timeless. Looks like him. I just think it needed something extra. It needed an accessory. It needed
should have come with the arrogance. Come with the arrogance, bro.
Yeah. What do you think?
Because you could have just had like a little air pusher.
Yeah.
So, you push the air and it would be the arrogance spray. You used to spray people in the eyes. So.
Blind your opponent, yep. Virgil. That was a great figure. Virgil was good.
Yeah, I like the Virgil figure too. I think the Virgil was spot on for his likeness. He was going through the feud with the $1 Million Man. Yeah, great figure.
Warlord, an absolutely cracking figure.
Yeah.
Can't fault it whatsoever. And last but not least, this is probably up there with the Brutus one for me, is the IRS. Shit figure.
Look, I don't dislike the IRS. I think that it met where he was at with the Money Inc. And even in his wrestling, but that's how he looked. So I think they did a pretty good job of. If you had to drop one off this line, you'd be Skinner for sure, right?
Let me have a look through. I'd go Jim Neidhart.
No, that's the only Jim Neidhart. You can't get rid of Jim Neidhart.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. It's almost like his peak was Heart Foundation, and it's like seeing a boxer at his peak and trying to come back and win that world title again. You think, mate, just go away, retire.
Are you talking about Anthony Mundine?
Yeah, yeah, mate. What was your favourite, mate, from Series 5?
Look, bring it up on the screen now, mate, is the model, Rick Martel. I just think that this is him. Like, it just nails his likeness. I do agree that it would have been great with an accessory. But even his, didn't he wear a stupid tie at times as well?
Like a bow tie, yeah.
Yeah, so you could have the bow tie as an accessory. You could have had the arrogant spray. But I love the figure. One of my favourites in my collection.
For me, hands down, would have to be Warlord. Loose, it looks amazing. Mint on card, it looks even better. But it's a great figure. And
great detail on the knee pads, great detail on the trunks, the chains that has his little thing on the mask. How good was the Warlord feuding with the British Bulldog for a while?
Yeah, two
really good.
Two behemoths of human beings colliding.
And you know what? Going back to the model Hasbro, you know what they could have released as a tag pack or an accessory pack is the old blindfold match. I know they did it for Jax. Jax did the blindfold match. But it would have been great to see this in Hasbro form because that at the time I was watching it thinking this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why would two people have a fight when they can't see each other? How is that at all? Like, who thinks of these ideas? Yeah. But now that I realise they probably both could see each other directly through the masks and it was a complete setup, I think it would have been cool to have the tag pack.
Yeah, no, awesome. Well, that's a good Fig preview and review.
Yeah, really good, mate. I like that one.
Let's hear a word from our major sponsor.
Coming towards the ring,
Mattel, Jax, Hasbro, LJN, Remco, Super 7. Are you looking for a store that stacks all the latest and greatest wrestling figures? Then look no further because Go Figure Collectibles has everything you're looking for. Jeff and the team at Go Figure Collectibles are always filling the shelves with the latest releases and buying up old cherished collections to fulfill any vintage collection needs. Visit them online at gofigurecollectibles.com.au, or if you're in the Melbourne area, go check out their store at 104 Bakers Road, Coburg, North Victoria. And introduce yourself to Jeff and the team. Plus, Wrestling with Figure podcast listeners can use the code FDU5 to save 5% off your next purchase store-wide. That's Go Figure Collectibles.
Thank you again, once again, to Jeff and the team at Go Figure Collectibles. All right, we're going to get into meet and greet.
You never believe who I met at the shops. Who was it? I met someone at the airport. What, are you a stalker? No, I was there to pick up my mum. Yeah, right. Who'd you meet? Stone Cold Steve Austin? The Ultimate Warrior? Andre the Giant? Hulk Hogan? Did you meet CM Punk? You met the big red machine Kane, didn't you? Did you meet Mankind? Oh my God, you met Marty Jannetty. I bumped into Paul Heyman.
Yeah, we've got a couple of, a few cracking meet and greets this week. And the reason why we highlight meet and greets, Chris, for those that are tuning into the show first, from Australia and New Zealand, it's very difficult to meet these superstars, wouldn't you say? You know, I guess in America, they're very difficult. We don't get the opportunities like they do in the States or even in England. They get a lot more opportunity here. So when we do bump into or see a celebrity of some sort, in this case, mostly wrestling superstars, it's quite a novelty, and we take the opportunity. So this segment is dedicated to all of our members that have the opportunity to meet these superstars. So first cab off the rink, here we go, is Graham Tripp, another member who has met the legendary Paul Orndorff, late and great Paul Orndorff. That's a nice story. He said here he shared a story with Mr. Wonderful, how he got into wrestling and told him that his dad got him into wrestling, and that Orndorff was one of his favourites, and Orndorff started to share a tear because it was such a a moving moment for a father and son. So that's a nice story. So thanks, Graham, for sharing. Next up, we've got Laith Tyranny. I'm sorry if I've got your last name wrong. Now, this one jumped out at me because Scott Steiner is a beast. I've always liked Scott Steiner. But this one, he said he managed Scott Steiner when he brought him out over here for a match. So, Laith, not sure what you're doing. Let us know what you do, and we can promote your school, your franchise, whatever it may be, mate.
I'm pretty sure Laith is the owner of Chaos Pop, which is a store not too far from me here in Cannington. So I noticed that they did a bit of a sponsored ad. And funnily enough, when a collectible store does a sponsored ad on Facebook, guess who gets it in their advertising? This guy. This guy gets the sponsored ads. So I saw their ad and I went and checked out their store, and they got some great stuff there. They had the little WWE statues, which I've not seen anywhere else in Australia or in WA. And they had the AEW figures on the pegs. So, yeah, definitely check them out. Go and have a look. Lots of pops too. But, pops aren't really my thing. But definitely there for you if you are looking for it. So, awesome. Chaos Pop across the road from Carousel.
Awesome. And that's in your neck of the woods, is it?
About 5 minutes from me, yeah.
Perfect.
I just have to get in my boat and cruise down the river, and I'm there.
In your 40-foot yacht?
Yes.
Yeah, with your Looney Tunes shoes on?
Before I entertain that thought of actually having a boat, the amount of times people say, what do you reckon your collection's actually worth? And I sort of cringe at the thought of how much has been invested into my collection. But
mate, own it, mate. Be proud.
Yeah, I am.
Last but not least, we've got Lyle Moore. And he met, I don't know what to call this guy anymore. Is it 123 Kid? Is it X-Pac? Is it Pac? What's his real name? Sean?
Six.
Sean
Waltman.
Sean Waltman. But that's him. That's a great photo.
Yeah,
great photo
love giving the old
Lyle.
DX chop. So, yes, very cool.
Brilliant
He
stuff.
looks good there as well, X-Pac. He looks like he's in a good place.
He does. No, it's good to see old athletes in general. That even any celebrity that takes care of themselves, and they look half decent later in their later years. So well done. Well, that's a good meet and greet, everyone, and thanks so much for sharing. Next up, we have got the hard-hitting questions, mate. Community news.
It's question time. It's question time. It's time to ask the boys a question. What's on your mind? Let us know and we will tell you the answer.
Hey, James, what's this segment called, mate?
What do I call it?
Community news.
Oh, did I? Sorry. It's getting late over here. It's getting late in the east. Sorry, it's the Q&A time. Sorry, mate. Thanks for picking that up. We've got one question tonight, mate. But so what I thought we might do. So there's only one winner tonight, and that's going to be Riley Emerson. But what I thought we could do, we could read the question out. We'll answer it, and then I want to read one or two reviews that we've got on our Apple iTunes account on the podcast.
Yeah, go on.
Cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Riley, for sending your question in. So he's got here, if you could bring one pose that was never included in the WWF Hasbro line, what would it be?
That's a tough question. Tough question for a pose. It'd be cool to have the Hulk Hogan with the arm out straight and the curled bicep pose. Or even the hand to do the old, listening to the crowd, the old flipping. You can even have the articulated wrist to flip. I quite often do that in my classroom. If I can't hear a kid, I'll just go. And the kids have got no idea what I'm doing. They just look at me like I've got a bit of a problem in my right hand. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I think anything which is promoting that character. So for me, Hulk Hogan, that would be an easy one. You could have had the Warrior with the ring-shaking arms. There's a lot of things, maybe $1 Million Man with a bit of the old money hands. could add lots of cool things like that. So what do you think, James?